So the Warriors start in horns, corners, high elbows, man on top, entry to Draymond. On one side, Draymond has the option to give a dribble handoff to the top, but he's not going to try very hard for that because in theory it could be a read and react, but I think it's hardwired to give Mulder the first shot. So the main action is going to happen on this side of the play. On this side, you're going to see a typical Warriors three-man split. Whenever three of them come together, one of them dives towards the basket, and the other one gets a down screen to pop out. Steph and Mulder come together, one of them's going to pop out, and you usually think it's going to be Steph, and the non-Steph person would be the one diving to the basket. But in this case, it's the first play of the game, and they want to get Mulder going. The player covering Mulder is Michael Porter Jr. here, and he does not seem all that interested in Mulder. In fact, you can see him looking at this not very convincing fake dribble handoff over here. Steph and Mulder play a little ring around the rosy, and then surprisingly, Steph is going to go towards the basket. Mulder is going to get this down screen. I don't think you want Jokic guarding people on the perimeter. Porter is a bit more mobile, so you definitely want him doing it, but he just is about 2 seconds too late coming out here. Mulder springs free. Draymond passes over to him. Here's the down screen by Looney to nail Porter just in case. A minute later, they run a really similar play. Can you recognize this formation? Yes, it's horns. Corners, elbows, top. Here the top feeds one of the elbows. Naturally, they feed Draymond. And again, you have two sides of this play. Wiggins runs off this first screen. This is going to turn into a staggered pin down for Steph, which is usually your top option. So, of course, the Nuggets are going to be watching this super carefully. Here's Draymond acting really interested in what's going on here, doing his little calculations, I'm super brain here. Everybody in the Nuggets, I think, is believing that this is going to be a stagger screen for Steph. And just very quietly trying to pretend he's not here is Mulder. And then this is clearly all deception because Steph hasn't even had a chance to get this screen yet. Draymond turns and now he's looking at Mulder. Mulder's going to take a jab step this way and then immediately cut backdoor. I think this is completely planned. They're just counting on Porter not being very alert during off-ball defense. And a sweet pass. And Mulder does have some hops. I want to believe. This is just a mix-up in the Denver transition defense. Mulder is just hustling down the sideline here. Aaron Gordon, you can see him calling to his teammates, I need help here, because he is expecting to take Draymond. Unfortunately, behind him, you can't see it on camera here. The help man is Jokic. So here's Jokic, being a good positional defender, coming to pick up Mulder. I think Draymond sees this unfolding because he has vision of Jokic and Mulder coming down the sideline. So the question is, can Mulder do something against Jokic 1v1? There's a little pump fake which gets Jokic leaning towards him. Drives around him. There's a lack of urgency on the Nuggets defense here because they do not expect him to do that. So that's a really nice start for Mulder. The Warriors do this. Whenever there's a role player that's starting, they often run a few plays specifically for them. That last transition dunk was just pure Mulder making the best of a great situation. But the other plays I pointed out are clearly scripted for Mulder to get open shots.